So in the last video, we taught you how to create a series and control the series. So like I said, you select this entire box and then you grab the bottom right corner and you can continue and it'll continue the series for you. And we also talked about the basic text usage, how to use merge and center, how to use the alignment keys, how to use borders. So most of those were for only for aesthetic values. So now we're going to teach you a few functions. So now to fill the cells, just to make this table look good, we're going to put in, say, these colors. Let's go with purple. So now we have these colors as our settings. We can now choose to put borders, all borders, or do borders in the entire thing. So you go to drop down and then you say all borders. So now, as you can see, we have this data. And now what we want is to first find the average of these marks, the sum of these marks, the maximum marks, and the minimum marks. So now what we want to do here is we go to the average cell. So we want the answer here. So we go to average, and there is a function right here that says auto sum. So you want to drop that down, and then there's the average option. So you press average, and it will automatically put in the formula for average in this cell. And while the cursor is in between, you can just select the cells with the data in it, and it will automatically input them here. So I'm going to select these 5 marks, and as you can see, it's put them in this cell. So I'm going to select this and then press enter, and it automatically found that the average of these 5 marks is 70.6. So similarly, we can use the different functions based on the drop-down menu options. There are more functions, so you can have some average, hyperlinks, count, standard deviation. So you can explore these values, but for now we're going to just deal with the simple ones. So again, so we go select this, we go to auto sum, press sum, and you go and it's selected all. So D3 through D7. So D3 to D7. And then you just press enter and it does it for you. So since it's only 5 people in this list, it's quite simple, but when you have more students in your class, say maybe 25, 30, 40 people, it's good to have this as a tool because it just makes calculations much more simpler. So then max, you select these, enter, and the same thing with minimum. You select all of those and press enter. So those are the simple functions that you can use that'll just be make it easier for you as a teacher when you're calculating marks if you have them in a spreadsheet. Now another thing that we can do would be to select all these and say you want to change the order of this to match, say, an alphabetical order. So you select all 5 and then you go to the top right here which says sort and filter. So you press this and you say sort A to Z. So the reason that this popped up is because it says expand selection or continue selection is because it doesn't know if R should be included. So you can just say expand selection and it automatically sorts it out. So it started with Aarti, ends with Raghav. So A, I, and R. So similarly, you can do it with Z to A. And if you try continue with current selection, you sort that out. See, since Aarti was not selected, it was not included in the sorting. So now I want to set it back because I want these to be back in order. So I could do Control Z twice and it will take it back to the previous order, or I can select all these and say sort and filter and say smallest to largest and say expand selection and say sort. If you want to do the same thing with the marks, you can also do that. Sort and filter the marks, say the largest marks to the smallest marks, expand selection, and so on. Now, an example for what I'm going to teach you is called conditional formatting. And so what you do with this function is you format a lot of cells, but there are different tools and certain things that you can do using these cells, and I'm going to teach you a very simple version. So say that the passing mark for this test is, we'll say 60, 60 out of 100. That's the passing mark. So now, since it's 5 students, you can easily tell that, okay, pass, pass, fail, fail, pass. But imagine that we don't have this and that there's a lot of students. There's 40 students and you can't do it for each person. So now what you can do is you can select these cells and then you can go to conditional formatting and say highlight cell rules. And so you can choose greater than or lesser than. And so we're going to say less than. So because we want to find out which marks are below 60. So since 60 is the passing mark, we want to figure out which one is 59 and less. So it should be less than 60. So you write less than 60 and press OK. And as you can see, it's highlighted that Aman and Isha are failing because they did not pass the passing mark. And so this would help if you have multiple more numbers. So we'll just add a few random numbers. So let's say and now we select all of these. You can say conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, less than 60. And as you can see, it highlights everything that's less than 60. So this also can help you in sorting out marks of students and so on. So the final function that we're going to be discussing would be how to insert pictures or insert graphs and charts inside Excel itself. So a picture would be simple. All you have to do is select the cell, go to picture, choose between the options. And if you have a picture on your current device, you can choose that. Stock images are from online, whatever the software already has. So you just press that and say insert, and it inserts this picture in. So that's for inserting pictures. But now let's say we want to insert a chart, a recommended chart, because that's what we usually would do with Excel, especially since there's marks. So what we can do is we select the marks that we want. This just makes it easier. And then you say recommended charts. And so it does prompt you with many charts that you could choose from. We just want the basic chart for now. So I'm just going to choose a clustered column chart, and it gives me the chart here saying that 1 is 85, 2 is 75, 3 57, 45, 91. But this chart doesn't have much information on it. So I'm going to delete that chart and I'm going to select this entire table, and then I'm going to say insert a chart. And now, as you can see, it's given us much more information. So it's given us the names, Abhishek, Raghav, Aman, Isha, and Aarti. It's given us their roll numbers. It's given us their marks, and it has the title of marks itself too. So this is just an easy way to represent data that you have in your sheet. It's quite simple. It does everything for you. If you do want to change your data, so the reason that you don't want to add up these numbers yourself and put them in sum, or if you want to add them all, divide it, and then get the average, is that these are all active functions. So even if you change something here, the change is immediately shown in these functions. So now if I change 85 to say 74, and then I press enter, see the chart is updated, the average, the sum, the max, and the min didn't change because that didn't make a difference, and so on. So now if I say 74, if I make this 59 and I press enter, so it realizes that pass mark is 60 and we had formatted these cells to highlight themselves if they are less than 60. And as this is 59, it's highlighted. The average, the sum, the max, the minimum, all of them have been updated based on this new cell, and so is the chart. So now if I do change this to say 94, you can see max is changed. If I change it to 35, the minimum is changed, and so on. So the reason that these functions are so effective is because they're active functions, and based on what you change in your data,